how are you doing? So I am going to be making something a bit extra special today. I have these beautiful fresh microherbs. So I have some micro coriander and I have some amaranth as well. So I'm going to be using these to make a paratha, or actually what you can call like a flat thepla bread. So it's not going to be as thick as a paratha, but Indian flatbread. Are you ready for this? So I think it's fair to call this a Desi flatbread, a cross between a paratha and a thepla maybe. Right, let's go. We need a bowl. In our bowl we need some chapatti flour. Make sure you save a little bit as well for the rolling out. I've already kept that aside. We need a little bit of oil just in here like this, which is going to give the dough a nice fluffy texture. And a little bit of salt for seasoning as well. Okay, and now just using my fingertips to begin with, we are just going to go ahead and make a nice soft chapatti dough or a paratha dough, so it's going to be nice and bouncy. So what I'm doing is just using my fingertips to begin with, and then as the dough starts to come together, I am going to incorporate the whole of my hand in the kneading motion. Okay, and mix like this. So I'm not doing too many of these, but of course you can find my measurements for the recipe under my video as always, and the method as well. So a little bit more water. I'm adding the water as you go along, and now it's just starting to come together. So I'm gonna start to use my muscles, and some more water now, and now start to use my whole hand in the kneading motion and just scraping the edges of the bowl as well to get that made into a nice soft bouncy dough. I need a tiny bit more water. Just put that into my hand like this. Right, and now you're just kneading the dough. Now, chapatti dough isn't one of those doughs that you can overwork. So in fact, the more you knead it, the better the texture actually is. I do need some more water in this as well, just a tiny bit, not too much. And now just wiping the edges of the bowl with my dough like this and continuing to actually knead that. So let me go ahead and give my dough a massage for about 2 minutes, and I'll be back. Right, I have used lots of my muscles. Now I'm at the point where my dough is actually perfect. You've got a nice clean bowl, you've got a nice clean hand, and that tells you that you've done it perfectly. Right, what I'm doing is just rounding this into a ball like this, and then I am just going to leave this to rest for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then I'll be ready to roll out and stuff my Desi flatbread. And oopsie, whilst that is resting, I have chopped up my microherbs. So like I said, I've got amaranth from my friend Min. So this is an amazing microherb, actually, the purpley one. So amaranth is taste-wise a lot like spinach, and it can withstand heat as well. That's the reason I'm going to be cooking it inside of the flatbread on a tawa. And then you also have some micro coriander for a nice citrusy, lemony taste. And together, those two are going to produce amazing flavors. What I want to do is also just spice this up a little bit. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of red chilli in there. I'm going to add some cumin powder and also some garam masala, just a touch of these spices, because I'm not going to be making more than 2 of the breads. Just give that a mix together. Also a little bit of salt as well. I have seasoned, as you know, the dough too. Okay, that is perfect and that is ready. I'm very excited. I think we should make a start. Let's go. Right, let's go. This has had enough resting. So what I'm going to do now is, right, tear off a ball of dough. This is probably going to make you 3, to be fair. Okay, so I will give you, of course, the recipe for 3 flatbreads. Okay, so what I'm doing is now dipping into my sukkata, so just dry chapatti flour, and on that side. And now just doing this, and now what I want to do is get some of my herbs. Okay, put them in, and now I'm going to seal this up as you do like a dim sum. So just seal it up like this and tuck the middle in and just flatten it out. Flatten, 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 and flatten on this side. And now one more time, dip into the flour. My tawa is also heating, so that's important that you heat your tawa to cook your flatbread. A tawa or a crepe pan is absolutely fine. And now you're just rolling the flatbread out. And yeah, this is kind of a cross between actually three things, I think: a paratha, a thepla, and a chapatti. So I think Desi flatbread is a good name, or a Desi herbed flatbread. Now, if you can't get the amaranth and the micro coriander, anyway, look at this. Any herb inside this is going to be delicious. Like, even if you want to add some chopped chives, that's perfect as well. Or just normal coriander. If you can't find the micro coriander, that's fine too. Right? If you do get some coming up, that's absolutely fine. And just rolling this now. I can see the color of the amaranth. Perfecto. Right, I think this is actually ready for the tawa. How simple and how easy was that? That's a perfect in terms of thickness as well. Turn it around one more time. Now this is going to produce amazing flavored Indian flatbread. Something new, huh? Right, that is ready for the tawa. Let me do one more and then we'll cook both off one after the other. Okay, so let's get going on one more. So exactly the same process. Another one done. And this one, the colors are like tie-dye. Look at this, it's quite cool. Okay, right, I have two now of my herbed flatbreads rolled out, ready for the tawa. Now, I will reiterate this again. If you can't get amaranth and micro coriander, any herbs will work. Mix them all up. I mean, parsley, some coriander, some chives. If you want to chuck a little bit of thyme in there, and that's fine as well. Give it a go. Experiment. Right, tawa time. Okay, my tawa is nice and hot. That's been heating for a few minutes. Been heating on a few minutes on a low heat. So maintaining the temperature of the tawa is very important. Not like drastically hot. And definitely you do not want to put any parathas, chapatis, theplas, or the Desi flatbread onto a cold tawa for sure. I also have here some semi-melted butter, and I'm going to be using that to brush over my Desi flatbread. Okay, right, let's go with one. Wow, look at this. Okay, put that on like this. And now what I want to do is probably give that about a minute to half cook on one side, a minute to half cook on the other, and then we'll go in with the butter. Right, time to turn over. Right, whilst that side is now cooking for a minute or so, maybe even less. Let's see how we go, because the tawa is heated up quite well now. So what I'm going to do is break off a little bit of butter and go all the way around like this. Or what I can tell you is this smells so good, like too good, like wicked. Okay, just giving that side another few seconds. Now, this is delicious with any curry, or even just some plain dahi, so just some yogurt, or even with a little bit of chutney. It's absolutely yummy either way. Okay, right. That's sizzle is telling me that side is ready. Right, that side now is calling out for some butter. So if you don't want to use butter, you can use ghee or you can use oil. Oh wow, this looks so good. Oh, look at this. Right, now it's cooking quite fast, so I'm going to turn over that side. The sizzle. Okay, right, it's getting a little bit smoky in here. Okay, just cooking now, both sides. So no more butter. There's quite a lot there anyway, and the bottom is soaking that up as well. Right, turn that round one more time. So maintaining, like I said, the heat of the tawa is so important here. Right, there we go. This one is actually ready. What I want to keep ready is some tissue, because between making every one of the flatbreads you need to wipe the tawa. So let's get that off. Check that side. Wow, wicked. Okay, right, that looks good. Here we go. Right, there you are. Next one. We start the next one. Just be careful and wipe off all this excessive butter from here. Perfecto. Alrighty. Next one is on exactly the same process. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, my second one is done too. Switch off the heat. I am so excited. How good are these herbed Desi flatbreads going to be with a curry or just on their own with a dollop of butter? Awesome day. Guys, give this one a try. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll see you real soon. Stay happy, stay blessed. Bye.